posted up with this nasty giant Rossi shirt. That is what I'm talking about.
Welcome back to another video, everybody. This is when Naruto Kakashi clapped Kakuzu into the afterlife. I watched 3 of these Kage videos. This will be finishing off the awesome I Got Packed Up storyline. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to Kage, link to the original video in the description down below. Make sure to like the video, and let's get on to it.
Okay, so boom, the scene kicks off with Kakashi surrounded by Kakuzu's
look at all that aura Kakashi got, bro.
Plotting out his next move after going toe-to-toe with both Hidan and Kakuzu for what felt like a decade. Speaking of that sequence, if you haven't already, go ahead and watch that Shikamaru get back vid, because Kakashi was out there.
I made my reaction to the videos too. I'll leave them like right up here somewhere.
Frozen in between the 3 Babadoos. Kakuzu steps out and immediately starts talking that smack. He talking about some.
Was it wise for the kid to go alone today? That boy dies.
Oh, really? Is that so? Because the last time I checked, your boy was chopped up like some stirring.
Facts, might go Shikamaru really pulled through.
For a bit longer, he begins to try and strike some fear in Kakashi's heart by flexing his freaky symbiote arm. Then he starts talking about how their headbands remind him of when he faced off against the first Hokage, and that really
Speaking on the first Hokage, we all agree that Kakuzu was capping here, right? Because there's no way in hell that this man Kakuzu fought Hashirama. Like, there's no way. I'm going to put up a picture exactly what Kakuzu pose definitely did. See that right there? That's what Kakuzu did.
I'm still calling Cap though, I don't care. He couldn't go toe-to-toe with my glorious king on his best day. Nigga thought he could pull a fast one. No, yeah, I was giving him that work. The cameras just weren't on though. What? Face ass. I'll believe it when I see the footage. Hidan finally decides he's ready to start boxing again, so he fuses the wind style and fire style Babadooks and gets straight.
Bro, this jutsu was crazy.
Together, then the lightning mask deals a ray of lightning at him. He quickly jumps out the way, but before he could even land, the wind and fire style Babadook boot up a nasty fire wind fusion blast. So to counter, Kakashi quickly reaches in his pouch, grabs a kunai with some string attached to it, whips it at the 3 of them, then pulls himself out of harm's way. They try to hit him with another blast, so Kakashi rushes for cover on the other side of the tree. But Hidan quickly adjusts his plan of attack by using the wind style mask to blast a hole in between the trees.
How strong is that wind?
Evade all the blasts,
oh my goodness!
He reaches the top, he's quickly met with the
what is this
to his chest.
Yeah, I want to say, what is this terrain they're fighting in?
It turned out to be a shadow clone. The 2 useless
That's why
spectators
Kakashi's
let
the
out
goat
a
right
sigh
there.
of relief, and for a minute there, nobody knew where Kakashi was. That was until he dragged this mask into the ground, then popped up out the other side and started swinging on the double mask Babadook. It weaves and dodges all of his attacks, then opens its mouth to let out another blast. Kakashi manages to deflect the first one just in time, then boots up a water wall to block the second. He tries to block the next blow with another water wall, but the Babadook must have upped the intensity because it penetrated right through, forcing Kakashi to flee from the branch. While he's in the air anticipating another fiery blast, Kakuzu sneaks up behind him and extends his symbiotes to restrain him while also trying to dig out his heart.
Bro, Kakuzu was one freaky guy.
The same exact spot they were in the beginning of the fight, yell out in fear.
Oh my god, bro, Choji and Ino are so useless.
Did not do a damn thing. Right before Kakuzu could yank out Kakashi's heart like he's Jeffrey Dahmer, Shikamaru just so happened to complete
the goat himself pulled up
part of their plan, which was to trick Hidan to drink Kakuzu's blood. So now Kakuzu's clutching his chest instead of Shikamaru, and eventually he slumps over and stops moving. Finally, Ino and Choji remember how to move their feet, so they rush towards Kakashi. Ino offers to treat him with her medical ninjutsu, talking about some slowly, make sure not to damage the vessels. But if you watch part 1 of this fight, you already know he's been tired of her ass. He's been giving her attitude the whole fight, but for good reason. She just out here watching this nigga fight for his life like this is all for her entertainment. Then she
wouldn't be Sakura though.
Wanna slide through when she thinks it's safe and act like she really cares. Man, move! Kakashi, like the real nigga he is, turns down her offer and yanks the symbiotes out of his body. But this man Kakashi cannot catch a break, because not even a millisecond after pulling out the symbiotes, the other 2 Babadooks come rushing towards them. But God himself must be coming back to Earth, because instead of Kakashi stepping up to bat as usual, this man Choji jumps forward.
Choji actually did something?
His expansion jutsu, then open palm squishes him into the ground.
Oh,
this was a decent
let's go,
move,
Choji.
I cannot lie, but nothing to drool over. So imagine how confused I was when the camera cut to Ino talking about some nice work. Way to go, Choji. Oh my days, this nigga is boo-boo. When such a simple combo garners this type of reaction, it is safe to say that very little is expected of you. Choji's like one of them kids that bring you a drawing and you gotta be overly hyped about it. Hey, look what I made. Oh my gosh, wow. That is amazing. We gotta put that on the fridge. No, we gotta get this a billboard. This is astonishing. When in reality, that is the ugliest piece of artwork
Choji's
I've
not
ever
that
seen
bad.
in my life. Bro, look at this basic ass combo. And look how he's smirking after Ino gassed him up. This man is a disgrace. After basking in the glory for a bit longer, his light is quickly dimmed when this symbiote begins to wrap around his
Okay,
arm.
so
He
this
immediately
basically
shrinks
did
down to
nothing.
his normal size, then Cha-Cha slides on out of there. But while Kakashi and Ino's attention was on Choji, the double masked Babadoo pops up out of nowhere and boots up a fire blast. Kakashi and Ino manage to jump out the way, then the lightning Babadoo hastily jumps into Kakuzu's body. And
But what
that
are
is
these
when we
things?
see this man Kakuzu and his bloodshot red eyes slowly stand up to stare them down. Both of them are now trying to figure out what they just witnessed. But before they could finish their calculations, the second Babadook rushes into Kakuzu, and now this nigga is hitting the filthiest Harlem Shake I've ever seen. Like, that nigga was really hitting that. Okay, Kakuzu, go ahead. The Harlem Shake eventually comes to a halt, and now he's standing there in full form,
Oh
ready
my
to take each of
goodness.
their hearts and add it to his collection. But you know Kakashi ain't going out like no punk, so he reaches into his pocket to grab his kunai, but in the blink of an eye, Kakuzu's symbiote pops up through the ground and restrains all three of them. Two Babadooks then emerge on each side of him, and they both proceed to boot up this lethal fire and wind style blast. Just when it looked like all hope was lost, we see two hands pop up out of nowhere
The
to
goat
combine
himself.
a Rasengan with a
The
ripping
goat
Torii to
himself
create a
has just
Hurricane
come to
Fortress Jutsu.
carry the
fusion
team.
was so strong that it dissipated Kakuzu's attack like it was nothing. The smoke begins to take its sweet time to clear, but after seeing that Rasengan, there is no question that
like
a
music
real
to my
one has
ears
stepped
right
on
there.
the scene. Yes, sir, and he not dumb either. My boy brought backup too. We got one of Orochimaru's assault victims. We got Mr. Zesty Crop Top Man, and then we got Sakura. Kakashi, relieved that he doesn't have to carry this team anymore, lets out a huge sigh of relief. Then Ino calls out all of their names with a joyous tone. But y'all already know that my hater gene has been kicked into overdrive now that Sakura is on the scene. Peep how she hit this over-the-shoulder look back like she's cold. That will take it from here. Ask Nam. You are not like that. You've never been like that, and you
Hey, Kage it on. Get off my girl Sakura. Let's not act like she didn't take down an Akatsuki member.
Kakashi then sends the two Auralist bums to go help out Shikamaru, and that is when our boy Naruto steps up to bat to really test Kakuzu's gangster. Naruto proceeds to boot up two Shadow Clones, but he doesn't attack right away. Instead, he lets Kakashi give him the rundown of Kakuzu's abilities. But honestly, that explanation was a complete waste of Kakashi's breath because that nigga was gonna do the same move regardless. Naruto got some moves, but his bag is not that deep. After giving him that detailed explanation, this man Naruto takes a deep breath, then proceeds to whip up a Rasengan with max intensity. But this one was a little different. It had some kick to it, but he put some extra hot sauce in this one when he was cooking it up. Cause once the camera zoomed
that
out, we
Rasengan looks
see
beautiful
Naruto
right there.
posted up with this nasty giant Rasen shuriken. That is what I'm talking about. He's ready to clap that man into oblivion. Naruto then proceeds to charge in behind his lead blockers right towards Kakuzu with his Rasen shuriken ready to wreak havoc. Now, as epic as this moment was, it was quickly ruined when Choji decided he wanted a piece of action to this double XL wide back man here decided to take it upon himself to charge in behind Naruto as if he could be of any assistance.
For real.
When is this man gonna learn? You're not that guy. You had 30 minutes to make something shake and you did not impress us one bit. Even Yamato had to humble him real quick. Peep how he stopped Choji dead in his tracks before he could do something stupid. No! Stay away from it. Do you wanna die? That is not a giant blue gumball dummy. You can't eat it. Sit down. Choji reluctantly listens to Yamato, so Naruto continues to charge at him with his clones. The Shadow Clones shuffle around to try and confuse this beast, then one of them jump in the air and whips out his kunai. He tries to put that junk right through his skull, but Kakuzu quickly pierces him with his symbiote. So another clone runs around his backside while the other one charges at his face. And now Naruto
Look at my
has
boy
him
Naruto
right where
clutching
he
up
wants.
as always.
But I knew this demon wouldn't go out that easy, because all of a sudden, both of his masks open up their mouth and blast the two Shadow Clones. They both immediately fade away like designers' rap career. But then out of nowhere, the real Naruto charges in, cocks back his hand, and puts that Rasen shuriken to his chest. Or Or so we thought.
Huh?
Because once we get a closer look at the collision, we see that the Rasen Shuriken disappeared right before
Oh
it could
my
touch
goodness,
Kakuzu.
bro. I forgot
Naruto,
that
I know
happened.
you fucking lying. I just finished hyping you up and you're gonna embarrass me like this? This is a Choji level blunder. Tighten up! After staring at each other confused as to what just
should have hit him with a
Naruto
fang over
jumps
fang.
back to try and get away from Kakuzu, but he shoots some more symbiotes at his arm and quickly restrains him. Right before he could take his heart out, Yamato extends his wood to save.
Look at Yamato clutching up right there.
That boy did.
Yamato attempts to strike Kakuzu with his wooden limb, but Kakuzu quickly ducks out the way. While he's distracted, Kakashi boots up his lightning blade and severs the
Bro, I know Kakashi is so tired of this fight.
Now that Naruto's
I know bro is
out of harm's
exhausted.
way,
Just look at
Yamato ups
him.
the intensity and tries to poke him with his wood. Kakuzu manages to evade all of Yamato's advances, and
Bro,
now
Kakuzu
the
looks like a
Leaf Ninjas are
hedgehog
back
right
to the
now.
drawing board. Kakashi and the others think the best plan of attack is to work together to take him down, considering the fact that they do have the numbers. But Naruto, on the other hand, is begging them to let him face him alone. His reasoning was kinda convoluted. You know how he get with them talk no jutsus, but he just starts speaking Japanese. But whatever he said doesn't really matter, cause I seen right through the lies. All that he really wanted was bragging rights. He's on his J. Cole type time and trying to go triple platinum with no features, and you know what? I'm not mad at it. Just make sure you cook up something delicious and we're good to go. After
scoop.
getting the okay from the rest of the squad, Naruto tightens his headband and gears up to charge at him again. But Kakuzu refuses to be unprepared this time. So as if his other transformations weren't ugly enough, this creature hits another gear, and now
bro, it's
he's
just getting
over
more
here looking
disgusting.
like a giant demonic squid. Look, he looked like the girl who crawled out the TV in the ring. Oh nah. Fortunately for them, it seems like Naruto is unfazed, because with zero hesitation, he boots up his shadow clones and starts concocting another Rasen Shuriken. Once the preparations are complete, him and the shadow clones rush towards Kakuzu, but that man is done playing defense, so he rushes towards Naruto too. He leaps in the air, then singles out the Naruto with the Rasen Shuriken, and while still in the air, he rushes Naruto with his symbiotes at max speed, creating a large cloud of dust. And once the debris clears, we
Oh,
see
no, he done got my
Naruto's
goat.
body poked up with his tentacles. Kakuzu's cocky self assumes that the fight is now over, but after what felt like forever, the hole punch Naruto disappears, proving
That's
that
my
it
goat
was
right
a
there.
shadow clone.
Yo, I never got him.
Before
He was
Kakuzu
on that
could
shadow
even
clone timing.
figure out where the real Naruto went, we hear a sound so sweet that I almost started
This is
drooling.
blessing my
Kakuzu
ears
looks
right
to the
now.
side to see what it is, and to our eyes' pleasure, we see Naruto and two of his shadow clones gunning towards him from the air with a fat Rasen Shuriken in his hand. He finally gets close enough and puts that junk right in his back. And to let
blew
us
his
know that it
back
really connected this
out.
time, we get the classic double instant replay. That junk was so violent that it created this giant shock wave while also individually attacking every cell in his body. Listen to the
Bro, the
scream
Rasen
this man
Shuriken
let
is
out.
one of my
Sounds
favorite
like
moves
DJ
in
Khaled when he
Naruto,
finds
man.
out the fridge is empty. Straight horror. The
Hey,
attack
bro
was
just gotta
strong
rat
enough
him
to
straight.
destroy all of Kakuzu's heart, sending his lifeless body crashing into the ground. The four of them are extremely impressed by what they just witnessed, so they turn around to give Naruto his props. But that boy is in no condition to celebrate. He over there laid out flat on his stomach,
Bro, I'm
breathing
unconscious right
hard as
now.
hell.
Bro, it's like a
Talking
mega
about
meme.
Nigga, get up. You gotta make it look like it was easy, especially when you got a baddie on the scene. Hey, you know what? Do you? All I know is that could never be me. I'd have to hold my breath or something, no matter what type of pain I'm in.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. That was light work. You know, everyday type shit.
But either way, he got the W in the end, so it doesn't really matter. Overall, a very satisfying fight and a peak arc in general. Choji and Ino
Yeah.
did what they do best
Naruto
and
basically
watched
just
someone else
one-shot
come
him.
and save the day. Kakashi, of course, never disappoints. He gets an A for even keeping up with that heathen for so long in the first place. Yamato gets an honorable mention for coming in clutch to save Naruto. And of course, Naruto gets the MVP for showing up in the
I think Kakashi should get more points because let's not forget that he had to fight both Kakuzu and Hidan for the longest by himself because we know Inu, Choji, and Shikamaru weren't going to do nothing.
nick of time to pack up the last half of the zombie duo.
So speaking of Kakashi, you're not gonna point out the fact that Kakashi basically stole Naruto's kill? I guess we can give it to him after he put him through hell. Link to the video in the description down below. Like I said, check out Kage the Don and peace out to ya.